friends, back again. So last time we did toe kick through into ward off. Today we're going to continue on with grass sparrow's tail and go into the next of the cardinal gaits, which is known as lu or roll back. Now again, roll back is the name of the posture. That's the English translation, if you like. Lu is the gait, the jin that is created through doing the movement. So don't confuse holding a posture here, oh, I'm doing lu. No, you're doing roll back. And yes, this helps you build up the jin of lu and gives you the opportunity to relax and release the muscles and what have you. But being here is not necessarily lu. Lu is as you come from your ward off, round, through, and there's this movement here within the body there. So it's basically, it's akin to a log rolling in water. So as you sit down there, you create that kind of turning, roll back within the body. And this is very, very useful from a martial arts point of view in many different ways. So if someone pushing on the body, if you have a direct force coming in at the body, if you try and resist here, and yes, there are ways of transferring force down through the body and out through the ground, finding the centripetal geodesic, finding that straight line and what have you. But if you still got kinks in your geodesic, if you like, and the line doesn't go straight down to the ground, then this is a way of getting out of that. Okay, so don't be tempted to sort of like, oh, it's a contest of strength, I have to be able to borrow the mass of the ground and hold it here. Yes, eventually you can get to that point, but to start with, if you just turn and drop, the point of force is coming in here. That's the point of contact, if you like, or it could be on your shoulders, whatever, wherever it is, the point of force is here. And if it's pushing directly through you and you're trying to hold it in your legs and you haven't got that kind of openness and that connection to the ground, you will eventually find that you'll push back and then your structure will break and you will fall. So to start with, we practice yielding, and part of yielding is lu. Yielding is not running away. Okay, yielding is allowing yourself to go into motion as force is pushed on the body. As you've got force coming in here, what you do is you drop into the hip. So in this case, I've got my right leg forward, left leg back. I'm going to drop into my left hip. And as I do, my weight transfers back and straight down through the left leg into the ground. My tailbone wants to be tucked, because if it's sort of pushed out and my bum's sticking out, I have a break in my structure and I can collapse easily. So all I'm doing is dropping, sitting down, so I transfer my weight from about 70% on my front leg to 30% on the back, to 70% on the back leg, 30% on the front. But I haven't actually done too big a movement. It's just here, dropping in. Okay, so my center is here and I'm rolling like a log rolling in water. Now, I don't know whether you've ever seen it or whether you've ever tried to walk across something that rolls. It's very, very difficult, because as soon as you miss slightly, you're off and you're in the water, if you like. So lu, at a very basic level, lu as a jin, or as a technique, if you like, is force is applied, so you just roll. So now the force, although it was here on my center, it no longer finds my center because I've rolled it round. I haven't changed the position of my center. All I've done is change the angle at which the force is coming in, so it then slips away. That is partly leading into emptiness. Okay. Now, not an ideal situation having the contact on the body. So with the legs, we've done our ward off here and we're sitting back. As it's not an ideal situation having contact on the body, we need to bring it and employ the arms in this. So we've done our ward off. So modern yang would be here, toe the elbow, wrist is higher up, further out, palm facing you, left hand is down by the waist. Old yang would be up there, so the left hand is out in line, roughly, with the palm, but the palm is turned away. If you're doing modern yang, what you do is you circle up your left hand, and as the fingertips come in, so the middle finger is pointed at the edge of the wrist, you then turn the palms over and you over drop into the right hip. So here, you're turning here, so you're creating a turning force through the body. There. And then for roll back, you're dropping into the hip, you're continuing the circle round so that it comes round and then transfers through the dantian and down, and then this hip can just come back to its original position. So you've got this on, here, down, round. Now for beginners, we're making it a big movement, here, round, down. If you're more practiced, you want to try and get that to be smaller. So you've still got that kind of there, over and down, there. And then what happens is the palms turn away, and as you sit back, you just let the left hand drop down, palm up, right hand comes round, and you're turning. So from here, over, as the hand comes down, it circles down round, and you end up with your middle fingers pointing towards one another over your left knee. So here, turn, round, down, roll back. So we've done our ward off, coming up, round, down. Ward off, coming up, round, and down. Ward off, come up, round, down. Ward off, circle the hand up, circling round, sitting down, roll back. Now make sure, for the purpose of the form, you've got this circle here. The left palm is facing up, right palm is down. And you don't want the elbows pushed out, locked out. You don't want the arms crushed up here. You're not coming here going that. It's there, round, through. So you have this motion there. Now there are a whole host of body mechanics that are going on within that. There are lots of different things that you could use this for. Yeah, don't worry too much about that at the moment. It's just getting this bit coming round through. So you've got that turning force. So you're over, the turning force is caused from here, the hip. There. The temptation is to do that with the shoulders, but actually you're doing that here with the hip. Round through, sitting down, round. So the whole movement comes from here, not here. It's very, very easy to sort of just do that with the shoulders, but it's not. It's the hips there. So you get that kind of turning force through the body as you move. So we do our toe kick, sitting down, holding ball. Turn the waist, step out, toe down, roll, ward off, circle up the hand. So the middle finger is pointing roughly at the edge of the right wrist. And overcock the right hip as you turn the palms away. So the right palm turns away, left palm turns to face you. And then you continue the circle round, sitting down into your left hip. As the waist turns, the hands come down. So the shoulders move because the waist moves. And the hands form a circle over your left knee. And relax. Watch what's going on with your knees as well. So there is a tendency with this, especially for beginners, to do this kind of thing and throw yourself around, and the knees just wobble around all over the place merrily. Okay. If your knees are doing anything like this, you have no structure. You will hurt yourself, so don't do it. Do not do it. The knees, they just stay where they are near enough. The only difference is that the weight has changed, in that it's now 70% on the back leg, 30% on the front leg, but my front knee is still roughly in line with the toe. I don't want to drop it back here. That's one thing we do not want to do, because if we do that, we have a very vulnerable knee. So it still needs to be there. Even though my weight is back, it's still coming forward a little bit. I've got no weight on it, so I've created my alignments through this leg. Sorry, I've got 30% weight on it. I've created my alignments through the legs by allowing the knees just to stay where they are. And then I'm sitting forward, and again, all I'm doing is dropping the knee over the toe and sitting into the hip. So I really don't want my knees to be doing anything like that. They need to be here, round, back, round, back, round. And you're trying to actually suspend the body from the head, if you can. So ward off, circle up the left hand, turn the palms, weight back, roll back. So we go from toe kick, Stepping down with the right foot, holding ball, turn the waist, step, toe, roll, ward off. Circle up the left hand, turn the palms, weight back, roll back. Toe kick. Stepping down with the right foot, holding ball in front, turn the waist, step, toe, roll. The right hand comes up, left fingertips cross across right wrist, ward off. Circle up the left hand, then turn the palms, weight back, roll back. And relax. So don't have a play with that. Practice, practice, practice. See you in the next one.